What's going on, bitches? This is episode 12 of The Nest with the one and only, your least favorite host, Michael Keller. Ba-dum-bum. I wish I had drums. Drums are fun. We had, when I was younger, we had one of those, fucking electric drum kits with just the plastic fucking pads. And I loved that thing, honestly. And it came with like a little speaker, and you could make you could have like a bunch of different kits in there, like a bunch of different sounds. I loved fucking going in the basement and just wailing away at that thing. And honestly, I feel like hearing that would be more annoying than hearing actual drums blasting from your basement, because it's just like, it just sounds like fucking weird. You're just hitting plastic. You're just hitting plastic fucking pads. It sounds shitty. And it would also like fall apart and break and stuff, because once again, it's made of fucking plastic and like shitty fake metal. But no, I loved wailing away on that thing. That was fun. I was just playing guitar before I hopped on. I found this YouTube page where this guy puts up these dope fucking like guitar backing tracks. Shout out to that guy for coming up with that many like like songs basically. Oh shit, I just dropped my car key. But he just coming up with all that shit. That's hard to do. And he posts them like all the fucking time. So he must make some decent money doing it. I think he has like a Patreon. But yeah, I was doing, this is episode 12, like I said. I think the first episode is almost at like 500 views, which doesn't sound much, especially for you as far as YouTube views goes, but I don't know, big deal for me. I'm loving it. I like seeing the numbers go up, so thank you all for listening and sharing, and everyone who's been a part of it too, and who will be a part of it in the future. I was doing an episode, I think it was yesterday morning. I kind of woke up and did it, and I just felt like total shit. Not even like feeling like shit, like actually like sick feeling, but I just was in such a terrible fucking mood. And I got maybe, I don't even know. I got like 10 minutes in, maybe even less than that, and just scrapped the whole thing. I just was not feeling it. Which is always kind of annoying to do, because you do get in a bit of a rhythm, but there were just all these long pauses and breaks. Like, I just didn't feel like saying anything. And I had an apple with me that I really wanted to eat because I was hungry. I forget if I mentioned it before in another one, but now that I've been eating apple, I finally had apple pie, and like a good apple pie. Like my mom made it for Easter dinner. We had some lasagna and pie, which I don't know if that's Easter fucking related food, but we just have whatever we like on holidays, which is better, because who wants like ham? Ham is so fucking, that's not a main dish. That's something you put with like other stuff, or you need other things to go on the ham. Like I had a sandwich today. I had a grilled cheese with ham inside. Like no one just has like just ham alone. That's fucking boring. That's a boring, bland meat. That's why any ham you get is like covered in some glaze or some shit. No one just has fucking ham. That's strange. But I had apple pie with it afterwards. Not ham, but with the fucking lasagna. And I had it with a scoop of ice cream. And it was so fucking good. But I realized that I'm not big on like squishy. There's something about what I originally didn't like about apples was that they were like crunchy, but I kind of like that now, and now I don't like the pie as much because it's all squishy on the inside. I mean, you still can't go wrong with the pie crust, though. Pie crust is fucking unbelievable. Like, I get why Jim had sex with the pie in American Pie, because, wow, that crust. Like, I was eating it and just wanted to shove my junk in it. But, fuck, what else happened? I watched, on Easter, I watched the 10 Commandments, that 4-hour fucking homework assignment of a movie to get through, even though it's good. And one thing I liked, I was talking to my friends about this, was how it's like a biblical fucking story or whatever. So everyone in it is like all their names, like the main dude, like Moses, but then there's like his mom is like Yoshabel. There's Ramses, Nefertiri. Like you got all these old timey biblical names. And even though this next one is technically a biblical name, the thing that's funny about it is it's like still a common name today, and it's fucking Joshua. There's something really strange about hearing like, oh, who freed the slaves from 400 years of slavery or whatever in Egypt? Like, oh yeah, it was Moses and Josh. It just sounds totally fucking stupid. I'm trying to think of other good names that would fit. It's like, yeah, if it was like if there were just other names in there that made no sense, like, oh, who's fighting to become the next pharaoh? Oh, it's Ramses and Stephen. Just names that make no fucking sense for the time period. I also thought it was funny how in the movie, or in the story in general, Moses is like a Jew or a Hebrew or whatever. I get that's the same fucking thing. But he's a Hebrew, and his mom like sends him down the river in the basket because she doesn't want him to get killed by the Egyptians, because they're like killing every firstborn Hebrew or something. I think that's what it is. So she puts him in a basket, sends him down the fucking Nile. First off, you'd just be eaten by crocodiles. So yeah, that would have been the first thing to actually happen. Which that would have been hilarious if that's how the movie started and ended in like 15 minutes. She just like puts him in the little wicker basket. She's like, "Go on, my son." Sends him down the river, and then right when he's like out of her grasp, just like 10 crocodiles just come up and just fucking devour him, rip his little basket apart. Oh, but anyway, so that doesn't happen, obviously, and so he goes down the river, and he just happens to fall upon these like 6 Egyptian women just gabbing down by the water, like they're sitting at the pool by the at the Beverly Hills Hotel. And the movie's from like 1959, so it's just all white people too, which is funny. But the mom gets him and raises him. She names him Moses right then and there. And I guess that has something to do with water, because she was like, oh, he's from the water. I will name him Moses. It's like, why don't you name him Nile or water? What do you mean? Don't just start throwing in words that aren't English now because you sound like you're from fucking the Midwest. But anyway, he's, Hebrew, and I just think it would be, because she like raises him as like one of their own, like to be like a prince, to maybe become pharaoh one day, and he's like adopted brother, I guess, to Ramses, who's the actual son of the pharaoh. And no one knows somehow, other than the mom, who got him, because like when they got him, he was wrapped in like a traditional like Hebrew cloth. Like they could tell just by like the pattern. And then this cunty fucking helper was like, oh my God, like he cannot be one of us. And the mom was like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's my kid and I'm queen. Suck my balls. But I was just thinking, like, how does no one know, like, when he gets older? Like, I thought it'd be so funny if they just couldn't tell, like, they're all Egyptian, and then he just grows up as like, hey, I'm Moses. I'm gonna build some fucking pyramids and shit. Hey. Just had, like, a super Jewish voice and just did, like, really Jew shit all throughout the movie. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna go out there. It's so hot in the sand. I'm getting all the sand in my sandals. They're just like, what the fuck is with Moses? This guy's gonna be Pharaoh? Oh man, that'd be funny. I was cracking up when I first thought of that. But what else happens in that movie? It's so fucking long. It drags out like fucking. Let me see how long it is actually. I burp for you. I just had an ice cream sandwich. That's where that's coming from. All right, let me pull this shit up. The 10 Commandments movie. 1956, I was wrong. Runtime, 3 hours and 40 minutes. Jesus Christ. Literally, Jesus Christ, in a way. Enjoying a life of ease in the court of Egypt's pharaoh, Moses, Charlton Heston, that sounds really Egyptian, or Hebrew, discovers his Hebrew heritage and later God's expectations of him. He dedicates himself to liberating his people from captivity by becoming a slave, which makes no fucking sense. Why he couldn't have just figured out his heritage and then been like, oh shit, I'm going to become Pharaoh soon, and then I can just release them with no fucking problem. But then I guess he wouldn't have... I guess he wouldn't have found God then because he didn't go talk to the burning bush. Also, what an interesting choice of thing to become to talk to someone. Burning bush? Like, you can't even become something that... Like, he's in the desert. Maybe do like a lizard or something that at least has a mouth. But it's just a bush on fire? I don't get that choice, God. Seemed like you're just kind of trolling the guy a little bit. With the aid of plagues and divine intervention, as in, with the help of God killing everyone that gets in his way, is what that basically means. Like, he goes back and he just says, like, let my people go. Like, no, or what? It's like, oh, I'm just going to have God kill all you guys, pretty much, and all your fucking children. Kind of a dick move. A greater challenge comes in the form of a golden calf idol. However, it takes an unforgettable... Not really. That's so later. That part is so fucking quick in the movie. Like in a 4-hour movie, the part about the golden idol after they all leave fucking Egypt is maybe like 10 minutes in total. And once again, all these people are doing this shit. They start worshiping the false idol, and then God just kills them, or kills some of them, and then has them... like tortures them by making them walk through the desert for 40 years. With like no guarantee of food or water or anything, which almost makes you think, how bad could the captivity have really been? Let me see the reviews here. An epic soap opera of an event. The running time is longer than any church service. That's so fucking true. If you can get past the melodrama and the length of the movie. I feel like it's just one of those things, and because it's biblical, it's gotten a lot of praise, but it really isn't that great. It's really cheesy at moments. Fucking Yul Brynner. This guy. The Russian American playing the Egyptian pharaoh and prince. Charlton Heston. It's supposed to be this liberator of Hebrews, but his voice is so funny. I talked to God. It's like, okay, maybe sounds like you were doing a little extra up there with God on that mountain for 40 days. Playing with his balls or something. I don't know why I thought of that, but that'd just be funny. Also, Nefertiti's a cunt in that movie. What a dumb bitch. Like, how many times does Moses have to say, no, I don't want to be with you, before she finally gets the fucking message? Fucking weirdo. She's got those pointy 60s tits, too. And like the shittiest Lloyd Christmas bangs you've ever seen in your life. Like, her hair is the fucking ugliest. It's so gross looking. And she's like, oh, am I not the most beautiful girl by the Nile? It's like, no, you're not. By far, you're not. Because you literally have a half... Like, she has like a fucking mullet, basically. It's gross. Ugh. I need some water after that ice cream sandwich. It was a Friendly's ice cream sandwich. First, Friendly's sucks. As like a restaurant, like, I've never really liked going to actually eat food at Friendly's. Like, if you go there just to like get like a sundae or one of those little what the fuck was that one called? I liked the one that was mint chocolate chip and looked like the little monster guy. Monster Mash Sundae, that's it. Mint chocolate chip, and then it had like whipped cream hair and a cut in half Reese's Pieces. Just a Reese's as the fucking ears, and then like a little cherry nose. Oh, that thing was good. And they'd serve it to you in that really in like the chilled metal fucking cup that you would only get at a place like Friendly's or like a Johnny Rockets. Shout out Johnny Rockets. That place is, I feel like that place gets more flack than it should. They have bomb milkshakes. Me and my friend Jack, who was just on episode 9, I think, we went there. We went to the fucking NHL All-Star like skills challenge in San Jose. And we stayed at this hotel there, and right across the street was a Johnny Rockets, and we fucking went, and we got just like burgers and milkshakes, and the milkshake was fuego. That shit was so good. I don't get the appeal of those places anymore. Like, who really wants to go to like a 50s style milkshake bar? Like, they're good, but it's way outdated at this point. Like, who is that? Like, who goes in there and is still like, oh my God, look at all this cool. Oh, they have a jukebox. Like, the jukebox is one of the most annoying modes of music delivery, you could say. Takes fucking forever to just find the song that you want, even if they have a song that you want, because it's all old shit. You know, like the most, there's going to be like a handful of tracks in there that you actually like. But, yeah, fuck the jukebox. Let me look up Johnny. No, not Johnny Ricketts. I remember in Las Vegas, we would go to this one because we would always stay in the Venetian. And just because I was like really young, that would always be like a go-to for me because I could just get like a burger and not some weird like casino type bullshit. Oh, I didn't even know that Friendly's was their parent organization. Interesting. That makes so much fucking sense, actually. Oh my God. Johnny Rockets, 3.5 out of 5. That's fair, I'd say. The closest is in Six Flags. That also makes fucking sense. Shitty food for a shitty place. Pros, the bun and fries. The bun and fries are yummy. That's really not what you want to hear about a burger place. Just like the bun is good. Everything else inside that they actually take the time to cook fucking sucks. When I ordered a double burger there, the meat was dry, cold, and not fresh. There's no way the food I just ate at this place was Johnny Rockets. What? What do you mean? Did they order it in from somewhere else? Oh, that'd be a weird thing to ask. Like if you go to a restaurant and you didn't like it, they're like, oh, is everything okay here? Just like, is this like if you went to McDonald's and you order a Big Mac or something, and you go back in like, is this a Whopper? Excuse me? It's like, what? The fuck are you talking about? It's just not good. Oh, I could go for some McDonald's. Oh, that's one thing I always do, and kind of annoys me, is if any time I go to a restaurant and I order something and I don't like it, and it's not even necessarily because like it wasn't like cooked well, or something, or they like fucked it up. Like if I just didn't like it, like I don't like French onion soup, and I'm pretty sure I ordered French onion soup one time. I think me and Zach were talking about that on our episode too. But I got it, and I just didn't fucking like it. And according to everyone else at the table who did have it, they were like, "Oh no, this is like really good French onion soup," but I just don't like it in general. So when the person came back and was like, "Oh, is like everything okay?" I was like, I really don't like it. This isn't for me. Like, "Oh, was it too much of this? Was it too much of that?" Like, well, we could do this to it. And I was like, no, like there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not good to me. Like it doesn't sit well on my tongue. I don't enjoy the taste. Like I don't need you to change anything unless it's changing it to a completely different fucking meal. But yeah, I always hate that. They just get so anal about it. Also, like, you're the waiter or waitress too. Like, does it really matter so much? There we go. Sorry about that. My fucking well, you won't be able to hear what fucking happened. It'll just sound like a bit of a pause, but my mic fucking unplugged, and then I need to fucking start it with GarageBand, which is super annoying. But anywho, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, like waiters and waitresses and shit. I worked at Stewart's, you know, like the soda. I feel like most people know like the Stewart's root beer, but not the actual that they have fucking restaurants, because why would you? Because the food, it's literally like a fucking Johnny Rockets. It's the same shit, except instead of like red and blue or the colors, it's like orange and black. And it's the same fucking thing. And it was weird too, because it's supposed to be like the same kind of like a 50s sort of style like root beer float kind of bar. But the one I worked at, the guy, the manager, would exclusively play like 20s swing music for some reason, which was just not fitting to what the restaurant was. It just didn't make sense. But yeah, I worked there, and some shit that, you know what really annoys me is when people like try to help you clean up. Like, so what they would have there, like their main thing was like the root beer float. So we would serve it in like the glass, like the thick glass, the mug or whatever that you could like frost. And what people would do, like they would have a bunch of like trash or whatever. So they would think like, oh, I'm going to consolidate the trash. Like I'm going to get it all together. And they would just shove it in the fucking, I mean, they could have just been assholes and done that on purpose, but I feel like they weren't. Just because I would see the people doing it and like the way that they would go about it. But they would be like, oh, let me help, and just shove all this stuff in this cold, wet mug. And keep in mind, everything there was paper too, pretty much. So they'd be shoving like the straw thing in there, the little paper that like your burger and fries would go on, and then it would just get wet and like stuck to the inside. And it was disgusting to get out of there. I hated that so much. So if you go to a restaurant, don't try to fucking help the people clean up. They'll know the best way to do it. Oh, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to pause this and go get... And we're back. I have like a sore throat coming on a little bit. I don't know why. Ugh. Have you ever had those fucking tonsil stones? They're just like these little white... I think it's like calcium or something. I'm going to look it up, but I don't want to see it. But I'm curious what they are. Tonsil stones. Ugh. A lump of calcified material in the tonsils, yeah. They're really fucking annoying, but that's not what I have. But I had them one time. I did this thing, this like NYU summer program. I applied and got in. And it was like 6 weeks. You go and stay on campus in like the dorms, and you take like a couple college level classes for credit before you, like it was in high school, so you do it before college just for extra credits and shit, because I didn't have any like AP level classes or shit that could have counted it at my actual high school. So I was a dummy. But I did that for some credit, and when I went there for a little bit, I got some bad fucking tonsil stones, and I would wake up and it would smell like someone took a shit in my mouth. And I would go in the bathroom in the morning and with a Q-tip, and I would just try to like, it was never like a bunch. Like I'm looking at this picture right now. This chick is like infested with them. Yeah, I feel like you never, oh man, that one is ginormous. What the fuck? Yeah, I only ever got like one or two little like small ones here and there. And they never really hurt. It just feels like something stuck in the back of your throat, kind of. But and I'm pretty sure they go away just naturally over time too, like just from food hitting it and shit. But if you got balls, you'll stick a fucking Q-tip back there and just knock it loose. And I remember it would always freak my roommate out because he would just like walk past. And it was kind of nice too because in those dorms we had our own bathroom, which was sick. But like whenever he would like leave or come in, if I was doing it, he would just like, oh, and just like run away. This kid was fucking weird. He had like Michael Bublé posters all over his side of the room. Strange. And on the last day of the entire thing, he really liked tea for some reason. I mean, not knocking people who like tea, but he really liked it. Like he had all fucking different cultures, versions of teas. Like he had this like Chinese fucking tea set up for some reason. And on the last day, he brought me, I think it was boba, but before I really knew what it was, he was like, "Hey, just wanted to say, like, had a good time. Thanks for just being like a chill roommate. And I got you this tea." And it was like fucking black and kind of thick too. And I took one, and it was huge. It was like a fucking large cup that you'd get at like a fast food place. Like it was big. And I took one sip and just put it like right next to my bed. I had a trash can. And right in front of him, I took one sip and put it right in the fucking trash. Because it was just terrible. So yeah, fuck that. That was gross. That shit was fun though. I wish I sort of just took advantage of being in New York more when I was there. I don't know. I feel like I didn't really do much because I was just like, I don't know. It was my first time like away, so I was just still kind of like nervous. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't feel like talking to anybody. So I'd just like walk around my area, like the Washington Square Park and whatnot. I got that was like the first time this one dude I was walking down and this like drunk gay dude just like not only like he bumped into me and then just like put his hand like right on my chest. He was like, "Oh, hey." And I was just like, what the fuck? Like I had no idea it was like the first time like I just had an encounter with like a drunk person. Luckily he had friends there though. Shout out to those guys. And they were just like, "Holy shit, we're sorry." And they just like pulled him off. And I just scurried away, just all nervous. But I had fun. I wish I could do that again. I think one time, maybe on the next episode, I'll get into my Africa trip. I don't have any of the pictures from it on this computer, though. But I went in high school. My friend invited me to this thing because we needed like 50, I think it was, 50 service hours to graduate high school. So a lot of people just did like normal volunteering shit like in our area, but we just went fucking hundreds of extra miles basically to get the job done. And he found, I think his mom found it because I went with my friend, his mom, and stepdad, and it was this thing in Africa, in Zimbabwe, at like a animal orphanage. And no, it wasn't like a safari vacation, if that's what you're thinking. It was fucking really third world. We saw what the fuck was up over there. So I think I'll have to get into that one time once I have the pictures and I can actually put them in, because some crazy shit happened, as you would expect from being in Zimbabwe. But I'm just looking through pictures now. I wish I had some of them. I had this really cool one of a fucking a leopard, I think it was. And I made the dumb move of like putting my camera like they were so relaxed there. Like you could just pet, like if it was literally like if you've seen the fucking Tiger King thing and how they just go up and like pet the animals through the fucking fence. Like we could do that kind of shit. Like no one cared. So if you were just being an idiot about it, you easily could have gotten a limb ripped off. But because we didn't want that to happen, we were normal and didn't do any sus shit. So, but one time I did like stick my camera kind of through one of the links in the fence to get an unobstructed picture of this leopard, and it just like fucking growled at me super loud. Luckily I got the picture, which is a dope picture. But Yeah, I probably could have fucked my shit up if I was in there any longer. So, yeah, I think that's, I don't know. I'm getting kind of hungry again. That might be all for the episode 12 of The Nest. The next episode will be another guest episode with my buddy Alex, episode 13, so be on the lookout for that. I'm going to try to record it tonight or tomorrow, we'll see, and then post it definitely either tomorrow or Friday. So, yeah, just wanted to do a quick one now. My dad's outside washing the car, I think that's what I hear. So I'm going to go see what's up with that. I like washing cars. It's therapeutic. Anyway, this has been episode 12 of The Nest. This has been your least favorite host, Michael Keller. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you at episode 13. Bye-bye.